Yo, what up friends? Kenji back again for MTGO Traders with a Legacy Cube draft. They've brought back Legacy Cube for what's going to be a few weeks as we wait for Guild Pact to find its way online. So we're gonna get another Cube draft. Let's jump right in. What do we got? Chandra, Grizzlebrand, Inferno Titan, big fan of Ancestral Vision, and Mindstone. Wasteland also great. There aren't too many ways to ramp in this format. Brown ways to ramp, that is to say artifacts. They took out a lot of the artifacts recently in the Legacy Cube, so you're not going to find things like signets and whatnot. So Mindstone probably a decently high pickup here. But I do like a good green deck as well, and we do have some good green options. Otherwise, we're going to take one of these more powerful spells in the form of Inferno Titan or Grizzlebrand. It just depends on what I kind of want to do, what I'm feeling at the moment. And I don't think I'm feeling the Reanimator so much. I think I'm just going to take the Elf and see what happens. Maybe we can get a nice ramp deck going on as we get past. I'll search for his Kanto, one of the better blue cards. Rattleclaw Mystic, Kadama's Reach. Some other fine cards here, but I'm going to see what happens if we take the Kadama's Reach. I think the green decks are quite powerful in this format. It just gives you a lot of access to not only good, efficient creatures, but more powerful spells, ramp, just everything you could ever want. So let's go with the Reach and see what happens after that. And ignore the missing art on a lot of these cards. Magic Online has a bug that has been apparent for quite a while now where art doesn't load in during the draft, which is kind of annoying, but we just deal with it. Birthing Pod's pretty cute, although it's a little bit harder to make work. Cold Steel Heart, another 2-mana rock. Muldrifter in the pack. I'm going to go ahead and just take the Cold Steel. Maybe we can get like an Upheaval or something and just really go off. Pick number 4, I think, just leads towards a Silverheart. Passing an Avacyn, Mystic Snake's pretty good. Buried Alive for the Reanimator deck. But Silverheart's one of those cards that you're looking for in the green decks that lets your mana dorks in the early game become big beaters in the middle stages. Here, we're just going to keep following up and take Utopia Sprawl. I do want to build an approach of the Second Sun deck. If I had started taking blue cards, I'd probably try to build a nice control deck, you know, with like that Search for his Kanta and approach for the Second Sun. But for now, we'll just take the Sprawl. And get a Terraston here over the Devoted Druid. It's important to pick up the large win cons in green while you can, and to not pass the signal really, and I think taking the Terrastons here is going to be a good choice. Not only can you just hard cast it in these type of decks, as you can see we already have quite a bit of ramp, but you know, you can get cards like Tooth and Nail or Green Sun Zenith, etc. Natural Order might wheel, and so I think it's good to take here. If we wheel the Natural Order, that's going to be a huge game. Then we're going to be looking for things like Craterhoof Behemoth or Avenger of Zendikar. But this is a really good start to a nice green deck. Green, one of my favorite things to do in Cube. As we get past here, a Garruk Relentless, Savannah, and a Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista is another nice one. I think Garruk, though, is pretty darn good, just because it has the tutor ability on the transform side. And, you know, if you're able to cast this out on turn 2 or turn 3 with your ramp, then it's can take care of some annoying early game creatures, as we get a Verdurous Gearhulk here, which is similar to the Wolfear Silverheart. Kind of turns your early game creatures into larger threats. All right, so next pack, if we can get that Natural Order, big game. Boom! Come on. NO on the wheel. And if we don't wheel it, so be it. You know, I think we still have a pretty good start. We do want to pick up some more mana creatures, more elves, more birds, you know, Sakura Tribe Elder, Overgrown Battlement. Alright, looks like the Natural Order did not wheel. Unfortunate, but not too surprising that the card is pretty good. We either have a Wasteland here or a Sky Sovereign. And I think Wasteland's going to be a nice choice as, well, since we're ramping out so hard anyways, we can kind of afford to use a Wasteland type effect. Knight of the Reliquary could be good if we end up playing some green. Also great if you have like utility lands, which we did just pick up that wasteland after all. Last few pickups here. Tendershoot Dryad versus Mishra's Factory. I don't think we're going to play the Tendershoot. It's just a little bit too slow in this format, unless I pick up Opposition, but I think we can leave that to the sideboard for now. We have better and, well, bigger things to do at 5 mana. Avacyn Wield, and so did Revelark. We'll take the Avacyn. Approach the Second Sun, Sublime Archangel. Yeah, could definitely build a green-white deck. From what we have so far, it wouldn't be too hard. Alright, so there ends pack 1. We wheeled quite a few random white cards, but nothing too great to really push me into green-white just yet. And pack 2 gives us a nice one in the form of Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Splinter Twin, Corano, Cyclonic Rift, Rabblemaster. Good cards, can't go wrong with Ugin. Pretty good one to ramp into, ends games, yada yada yada. Here we're going to just easily take the Arbor Elf over Primal Command, which is a very good card, but I think it has higher likelihood of wheeling, plus, you know, we want to get the ramp, as that's what we're lacking right now. I already have enough win cons, really, for what the green deck needs, and getting the ramp is especially good when Arbor Elf can, like, untap the Utopia Sprawled land, so good, 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 good. Alright, another pretty good pack here for us, as we're going to take a Woodfall Primus over the Farseek. Passing a Sun Petal Grove as well. Keep an eye on the white cards. It would not be hard to play them, but I don't see too much of a reason to just not take the green cards, since what we have so far is pretty darn good. We have 3 8-drops, but I'm not too concerned. We have some decent ramp already, and this is still beginning of pack 2, so shouldn't be too hard to pick up a bit more before the draft's all said and done. Speaking of, there's a Search for Tomorrow, which I think I end up taking over Xenagos God of Revels, although this is a pretty fun one to do with like the Silverheart and the Gearhulk. Notably, this doesn't give Trample, though, which is a little bit awkward, but Gearhulk and Primus, for instance, do Trample on their own already, but I'm just going to take the Search. Keep going green. Okay, another really solid pack here. Sword of Body and Mind, Sword of Fire and Ice, and a Sakura Tribe Elder. Normally in these scenarios, I still like taking the Mana Dork, or effectively what is a Mana Dork, over a Sword, but Sword of Body and Mind is one of the better equipment in Cube, and this allows us to kind of leverage our early game creatures as well into efficient beaters. So I think I'm going to go with the Sword of Body and Mind here and just be a little bit upset that I'm losing out on a Sakura Tribe Elder. Ooh! And there's the Craterhoof Behemoth we're looking for. Alright, so that means I can probably cut one of these other 8-drops. I think normally Terastodon's a little bit better than Woodfall Primus, but now we really want to take the early game creatures. We're also losing out on a Mirror Battlesphere and a Rampant Growth, but Craterhoof Behemoth is the ideal, as we have a few good cards here. Windswept Heath, Shardless Agent, Master of the Wild Hunt. Master of the Wild Hunt combos both with this Garruk, as it produces wolves, and the Wolfear Silverheart. Shardless Agent has nothing but good hits right now. And Nature's Lore is just another good ramp card. This pick's a little bit close, but because the fact that we just picked up a Craterhoof, I think I take the Master of the Wild Hunt. And wow, there's the opposition too. Garruk Primal Hunter, but I'm going to take the opposition now, as that card is just way too busted to pass. Oh yeah, our deck's looking real nice now. That means we're probably getting the Tendershoot Dryad back in. Let's take the Wickerbow Elder here. It's good enchantment / artifact removal. Yikes. Opposition is really insane. I just need to take every cheap creature that I get now. And any blue or green lands that we can find. Woo. Legacy's Allure, not so good for us. Just take a random card there. Doesn't really matter. That was an absurdly late opposition. Especially in Legacy Cube, this card can just be busted. Sometimes you just play this and win immediately. Other times you play it and you win 10 turns later, but the writing's already on the wall. Again, I don't think we're playing any of these cards. Just take some more random sideboard. So, looking to fill the bottom of our curve. That's all we're trying to do. Fill the bottom of the curve, and we should win, because the rest of our cards are already amazing. Alright, last few pickups here. Xenagos. Be pretty insane to wheel like the Shardless Agent. Is that a possibility? I don't remember what number pick it was. Doesn't look like it though. Alright, so going into pack 3, we are lacking the early game, but everything else is absurd. And a very easy pick, very good open for us. Tropical Island. Not the mana creature we were looking for, but considering we have the opposition now, fixing is key. And can't go wrong with the Troppy. What other cards are we looking for? Raphelos, Birds of Paradise, Elvish Mystic. How many other 1-mana dorks are there in this? We already have the Llanowar. Fyndhorn Elves. Elves of Deep Shadow would be fine. Wall of Roots, I think, is in the set. Or not set, in the cube. Nissa, Vastwood Seer. I guess we'd probably take Nissa over Tireless Tracker, but not exactly the card we're looking for, but that's okay. It's a start in the right direction anyways. Hinterland Harbor here. I think we just take the fixing over the FOF. Even though Fact or Fiction's amazing, if we're playing a double blue card, we're going to want to have the fixing, so Hinterland Harbor's a fine pickup. Let's see, that's pick 3 of this pack, so 5 more packs to find some mana dorks or other early ramp. If we don't get that, that's going to be sad, but that's just the risk I took, I suppose. Misty Rainforest now. Again, another really good land for us, but it is not the early game creatures that we are looking for. Alright. Miscalc. Sneak Attack would be pretty solid too. Harmonize, very good. Yeah, we'll take the Miscalc over the Harmonize. It's some early interaction and it cycles if we don't have the blue, so I think that's okay. That's pick 5 now, so 3 more picks. Just give me 1 or 2 mana dorks. I'm not that greedy, but 1 or 2 would be very, very nice. Cultivate? Okay, I'll take that. It's not great, but it's fine. Because we have the opposition and the creator of creatures are much better than, ramp cards like this, but beggars can't be choosers. And in this scenario, I am definitely the beggar. Let's see, we're still at 20 cards, so we need to find a few more playables still. Or just have Arbor Elf and Llanowar Elf in our opening hand every single game. Ooh! Alright, thank you. Sylvan Caryatid is perfect. It's exactly one of the cards we were looking for. We're passing a Vraska and a Mirari's Wake, but that is a big gift. And if we could get 1 more, pick 8, 1 more mana dork for the dream. Live the dream, tell the tale. Yes, it is! Channeler Initiate. It's not a great one, but hey, that counts. That definitely counts. All right, I think we got there. Wow, wow, wow. Last 2 possible packs. And we get ourselves a nice Caryatid and a Channeler Initiate. That is a gift. Censor versus Sower of Temptation. Again, Sower a little bit hard to cast, and Censor kind of utility like Miscalc is, even though the cycling is blue. Sower does seem pretty darn tasty, though, with Opposition and Craterhoof. Alright, I'll take another double blue card. And that might just be the deck. I think 17 lands is okay. Normally in these type of decks, you can run 16 land no problem because you have enough mana ramp, but we're running Wasteland. And we don't have as much, I guess, as I'd like. I suppose we have the Search for Tomorrow, too, that I forgot to move over to the 1-drop slot. Alright, sideboard Harvester versus the red decks. Sideboard Nissa. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'd give this deck probably a 7 out of 10. I think it's quite good. You know, we picked up a decent number of cards to fix our mana, 3 of them being lands, Tropical Hinterland Harbor and Misty Rainforest. We didn't quite get there on the early game creatures, but we should have enough to you know, make the deck really function pretty well. And so, yeah, I'm happy with where we ended up, because I kind of jumped in the bad way again early, especially after we saw that Craterhoof. So let's get the Misty, the Harbor, the Tropical. And again, I think we can afford to run the Wasteland and then just sideboard it out if the opponent doesn't have too many targets for it. I have room for 13 lands. Magic Online suggests 3 and 10, and I think we can get away with 4 and 9. This gives us still 12 sources of green mana, 11 of it untapped for turn 1, and again, 2 of our blue cards are double blue, so we do want to hit that. But I guess we also have Cultivate Kadama's Reach and Search for Tomorrow. No, I lied. It's actually just safer to run the extra forest and have green sources on turn 1. All right, I'm excited. This deck looks good. Let's see what we can do in round 1. Here we are for round 1 of this Legacy Cube Draft with our green-blue ramp deck. Ooh, that is a lot of top end and not enough early game. I think this is a mulligan. It's just a little bit too slow with the double 8-drops in our opening hand. So I'm going to go down to 6. And not be super thrilled, but end up keeping this one. I'm going to keep the Garrick on top too. It's a turn 3 Garrick, given our current hand, as Search for Tomorrow will resolve on turn 3. Opponent leads with Island. We draw the Garrick for the turn. Play out another Forest and pass. Yeah, not an ideal hand, but I don't think it's worth going down to 5 cards on the mulligan. I think that opening 7 was just too questionable. The double 8-drops we're not going to get anywhere. You need to find a lot of land before that happened, or mana sources, which we do have a lot of, don't get me wrong, but... Alright. Opponent leads on double Island. They could have counters here, obviously. Well, there's our 8-drop right off the top. Let's go and try to resolve Garrick. Nice. Woof. That resolving is really big for us. And now I feel a lot more confident in our position. If that had not resolved, I think our chances of winning were probably very small. Ooh, a mountain. Okay, so they could be on the Splitter Twin combo, / Kiki Jiki, which would also be slightly problematic, but yeah, so be it. I do not understand this play from the opponent. I think they might not have realized what the Garrick is about to do to them. Float a blue in response. And yeah, there's nothing about it. I'm just immediately going to shoot down their Pestermite. I think that was probably a slight misplay on the opponent's part. Reported. Dungeon Geists from the opponent now. All right. That will kill off our Garrick, but we're actually only 2 lands away from being able to Craterhoof the game away. Opposition would be a nice draw here. Because I could Opposition and then uptick Garrick, make a 1/1, and then tap down their Dungeon Geists on their turn. Instead we draw a Nissa Vastwood Seer. Alright, so let's make the 1/1. Let's play our land. Let's play Verdurous Gearhulk, and let's make the Gearhulk itself a 5/5, just to get out of some of the 4 damage burn range, and then the Wolf a 4/4. Alright, Garrick is going to fall. Do we get to transform Nissa immediately next turn? I guess we do, don't we? Ooh, a Gilded Lotus. Ah, well that was a pretty nice draw. So let's actually lead with Wickerbow here, see if they have a counter off the Lotus, and if they don't, then I just get to blow up the Lotus immediately. Darn, looks like they might actually have one. Alright, Remand, that's fine. We still bash him in here for 9. I couldn't play Nissa first, get a land, and then play Wickerbow and activate. That costs too much mana. As they play Akira. Okay. It's going to take a little bit more to break through their creatures, but we're still just beating down. I mean, they have 3 cards in their hand, but we have a 5/5 trample and a 4/4 death touch with them at 9 life. Craterhoof ever looming in the distance. Okay, they are going to attack. Well, on the surface of things, they would have to chump one of my creatures here. Of course, dependent on what they have in their hand. Wasteland doesn't do anything. Alright, so let's go to combat. Okay, they are indeed going to chump. And I still think we play out the Wickerbow here. It's just the safest thing to do. Snapcaster Remand. Okay. That's fine. The reason I'm playing out the Wickerbow here is because if they had like Deceiver Exarch, I'd be able to blow up either Splinter Twin or, if I wanted to, the Gilded Lotus immediately to stop them from having like a Kiki-Jiki. But as it stands, both of these creatures are lethal, and they cannot chump the Gearhulk with one of their 1 toughness creatures. Also, if we just draw a land and they don't have another counter, we get to jam the Craterhoof and kill them. Channeler Initiate, alright. Well, let's go to combat. Make them do some blocking here. Turns out green fatties is still a fine plan. Alright, they're going to double block the Gearhulk and still take 1 trample damage from it, as they're only blocking it with 4 toughness currently. And it looks like Artisan's going to chump the Wolf. It's fine. So again, I think the best play is just playing out the Wickerbow Elder and blowing up their Gilded Lotus to take them off mana. Especially in case they have something like an Upheaval now at this point. And we can just play our Channeler Initiate. Could also put the counters from the Channeler Initiate on the Wickerbow Elder to get some extra artifact destruction removal, but we want the channeler for the mana. Do they have the upheaval? No, 7 mana. What is this nonsense? Oh, just pretending to have something, okay. Yeah, upheaval there would have saved them some time. We don't really have a sideboard. I mean, Nissa and Primus are fine, but I don't think we bring them in. I think we're just content running it back. Game 2, round 1, we are on the draw, and we have a nice one. Turn 2 Caryatid, turn 3 Cultivate or Nissa if we choose. Ooh, into a game-winning plan. Don't mind if I do. Opponent leads with the old Island Mountain Cold Steel Heart. Alright, so they're doing some ramping as well. A little bit of ramping of their own. As we just play our 2-drop pass. Hope that we don't get comboed out too quickly. What are they going to do? Remember, Nissa doesn't ramp. Nissa only finds a land, but she doesn't ramp. Arbor Elf, a pretty good draw there, as we can cast it in addition to the Cultivate. Let's just get both islands in case they have a way to kill one. Alright, and they didn't have anything. Awesome. Five mana. What do you got? Don't do it. Don't hurt me. Wow. They are ramping pretty hard. Sword of Body in Mind. That is interesting. Is that better than playing Nissa here? 5, 6, 7, 8. I would be able to play Craterhoof next turn and attack with these two creatures, and they would get +4/+4. 4, 8, 9, 10. No, it wouldn't be enough. So I think we go with the Sword of Body in Mind here. See what they do. Alright, go to equip. Alright, they do have something blue. Repeal the Arbor Elf in response. Alright, that's fine, as we can untap the land in response. And then just replay out the elf. But we pass after the fact. Let them empty their mana out of their mana pool before doing that. Pretty scary when the combo deck has access to that much mana. Dungeon Geists tap down the Arbor Elf. Alright. Sower of Temptation. Yeah, I think we're going to play that. Try to steal their Dungeon Geists if possible. And then equip my Sower with the sword so it has some protection. And just pass the turn back. We should have the win next turn with Craterhoof if they don't do anything here. And it looks like they're just going to scoop it up. Alright. Got them. Let's go to round 2. Round 2 of this Legacy Cube with our blue-green ramp deck. On the draw, as we lost the die roll. And we have a pretty good hand here as our opponent mulligans to 6. Turn 2 Cold Steel Heart, turn 3 Kadama's Reach with Wasteland if we want to. And that's barring no other draws. And then we have Ugin at the top end. Opponent leads with the Plains, and we drew a miscalc. Alright, so let's just lead with the Forest here. Pass the turn. Plains, Forest. Overgrown Battlement, alright. Some ramp of their own. And let's name blue with the heart. Who will ramp out faster? Ooh, a Shaman of Forgotten Ways. The answer is them. They are ramping out faster. Because this can add 2 mana for creatures, so let's... Kadama's Reach here. Get island and a forest. Play the forest tapped. Play the island. We're not suspending Search for Tomorrow, because we're most likely going to be hard casting it next turn. It would take too many turns to unsuspend that. Hopefully that's not a mistake. Okay, Wall of Omens. This Ugin's looking real good. Yeah, I think next turn we're probably just going to cast the Search for Tomorrow and hold up Miscalc. Uh-oh, 5-mana creature here. Baneslayer Angel, alright, that's not bad. And we hit a Llanowar Elf as well. Okay, so that's great for us. We get to play the Search for Tomorrow. Get another island. Play the Llanowar Elf. Play the Wasteland. Pass with Miscalc open. And then we have 8 mana next turn for Ugin -5. Wipe their board. Oh, they're casting another big creature potentially here. Oh yeah, that's right, the Overgrown Battlement adds 2 mana since they have the Wall of Omens. That's pretty neat. Oracle of Moldiah. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm actually going to Miscalc here, and the reason being is they can pay for the Miscalc, but that taps them out. And that's exactly what we want them to do, as long as they don't have too many lands on top of their library. Well, darn it. So now I just need to be scared of a Mana Tithe. Nope, not even anymore. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugin. -5. And bada boom, bada bing. That's probably going to be game over. They have Tooth and Nail and 1 unknown card in their hand. And what we're going to do next turn is Terastodon all of their planes, and then Ugin -0 deals with all of the Terastodon tokens. Oh, so disgusting. That's fine. Alright, so the last card in their hand was a land. They're going to Tooth and Nail for 2 creatures. But with the Terastodon Ugin, we should be able to take them off any relevant amount of mana, as Eternal Witness and Solemn Simulacrum enter the battlefield. That's fine. Jeez, and we hit opposition. Okay, now this is a little bit more interesting, because Terastodoning my own lands becomes a very real thing. In fact, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to opposition this turn, as well as Wickerbow Elder. Because I don't want to just Terastodon my lands this turn and then do nothing else. So let's resolve the opposition. We can tap down one of their lands in upkeep. O-Ring. Okay, I mean, we found a target for Terastodon in the form of O-Ring, so that's really good too. And then they cast their Eternal Witness, get back their Tooth and Nail. So their hand is Tooth and Nail, Solemn Simulacrum. Oh wait, I also have Wickerbow Elder, which can kill that. What am I talking about? So yeah, let's just kill this. Kill that. And they scoop. Alright, I didn't even have to show them to the Terastodon. That works out well. Alrighty then. Yeah, they ran out O-Ring into my onboard Wickerbow Elder. That's pretty good. Primus, do you need to come in? I don't think so. I think we're good to just run it back. Pretty nice game for us there. Oh baby, we are on the draw. Our opponent mulliganed to 6. We have quite the hand with just one more land. This is a risk it for the biscuit type of hand. I get 2 draw steps. I'm going to keep it. This is obviously risky, but I think I like playing with fire a little bit here. It doesn't have to be a forest, because any land will unlock miscalc, but forest is obviously ideal. And we have 2 draw steps with 16 lands still in our deck, so we're like 75% to hit a land in the first 2 turns. Alright, let's rumble. As the opponent has a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, I would love to have that. Hey, and there it is, a Misty Rainforest. Alright, so we can play that. Go get our Tropical Island at end of turn. So the opponent plays an Elf of Deep Shadow and a Wall of Omens. Okay. Again, some decent ramp from the opponent. I guess I don't even need to fetch, do I? As we don't mind drawing lands. We just thin our deck of lands if we do it first. I'm going to play the Caryatid here as it has hexproof, so it's harder for them to interact with it. Hopefully they don't just jam Baneslayer on me here, but I think we really wanted to play something for 2 mana instead of just holding up Miscalc. Well, there's the Baneslayer. Okay, That's obviously a problem. Alright, let's get the Channeler Initiate online and then hold up Miscalc this turn. If they don't do anything relevant, we're going to cycle the Miscalculation. We're looking for cards like Sower of Temptation, Opposition, Ugin. But we still have time. We have 4 turns before that's relevant. Journey to Nowhere. Okay, that's going to take care of my Channeler Initiate. That's fine. 2 cards left in their hands. I'm going to be taking some damage here from the Baneslayer. That was a turn 3 Baneslayer, wasn't it? Yeah, turn 3. And cycle. Hey, guess who that is? Mr. Ugin. Mr. Eugene. Kadama's Reach. Let's go get 2 forests. Play one of the forests. Play Llanowar Elves. And if my math is correct, we have 8 mana next turn. We are going to wipe our own Caryatid and Elf. Oh no! Okay. They're going to Council's Judgment my creature there. So now we need to find another land still. I'm probably taking 6 this turn. Yep. Craterhoof Behemoth's not gonna do it. I guess we're just gonna run out to Tender Shoot to block. I need to hit a land next turn, otherwise we're dead to Baneslayer. But if we do hit a land next turn, I think we win the game, so. Or Opposition or Sower of Temptation. We have a lot of good draws. That was a good Council's Judgment from the opponent, keeping me off the 8 mana. Down to 3. Come on. Whammy. Alright. Now I have to do the math first. I have 8 mana. Is Craterhoof Behemoth lethal? All my creatures get +5/+5. But I'd have to tap the Llanowar Elf, so that'd be 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, not with them at 34. I'm not even going to attack in first. I'm just going to go ahead and cast it out. Sorry, Tender Shoot, but we do get our Channeler Initiate back. And we're looking pretty good here, unless they have an end of turn like Restoration Angel to get me. Nature's Lore, that's fine. 1 card left in their hand. Shoot them for 3. Play land. Gear Hulk. Counters on itself. Otherwise, we're just throwing away counters from the Channeler Initiate. Opponent plays a land. Shoot them for 3 again. And I'm just going to put them on a 2-turn clock here. Play out the Crater Hoof this turn. Say, show me an answer, or you're dead. Nothing? All right, and we got there. 2-0. We'll see you in the finals. Round 3 fight. On the draw. And we have a pretty good hand. Turn 1 Suspend Search for tomorrow. Turn 3 Kadama's Reach, and then we have some nice cards to ramp into. Or I guess these will be on curve, but you know, all good and well. Opponent leads with a swamp. Hopefully they don't have turn 1 Entomb. Go get Grizzlebrand or something naughty. Double black. Uh-oh, don't him me. Nope, pass again, all right. Let's draw Caryatid, or something like that. Ooh, a Miscalc. That's also a very good draw in this scenario, as it gives me something to do on turn 2, and then turn 3 we get to just jam out like Master of the Wild Hunt, or whatever we want to do. Maybe we can nab like a Hypnotic Spectre here or something. Or how about a Liliana? Absolutely. Not today. Not today, I say. Alright, get Forest. Play Island. Let's just play out the Master of the Wild Hunt. And if they don't have a removal spell, we're going to start getting some extra creature value here. Ooh, a Whip of Erebos. That's a good one. Unfortunately for the opponent, I have a Wickerbow Elder, which would like to say otherwise. Not today. Are they dead next turn? You know, I made that play just instinctually, but I think that was actually the wrong play. If I just played Wolfyr's Silverheart, I hit him for 8. Sorry, I hit him for 7, put him down to 13, and then I have lethal next turn. Because the Wickerbow Elder didn't really, or like the Whip of Erebos wasn't really doing anything that turn. I kind of just wanted to do it because it looked so good there. That was a fast play syndrome, if I've ever seen one. In fact, at this point, I probably don't even play out the Wolfyr's Silverheart, depending on what they do, just to play around like Wrath effects and whatnot. Yeah, Grey Merchant of Asphodel's not gonna do it. Ooh. That is a, that's a good one. So we're just going to attack for 4 here. And set up for lethal next turn with the Crater Hoof Behemoth. Again, I don't think I want to run out the Silverheart this turn. Remember, it does also combo with Master of the Wild Hunt, as I do get to eat things for free effectively, but I think we just sit here and pass for now. Make them have to have something. And if they tap out for something irrelevant, like even if they tap out for Grave Titan here, it's not good enough with the Crater Hoof Behemoth. In fact, that's what I want them to do. I want them to tap out for like a Grave Titan so that they can't have counter magic open. Oh, that's not very nice. All right, so Distended Mindbender means they're going to get to look at my hand and take one of these cards. Boo. Well, they're in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because both Crater Hoof and Silverheart are gasoline here. In fact, are they dead next turn? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12? No, they're not quite dead. Alrighty. question is, do I want to run a Silver Heart? I guess I will. Pair it with a wolf. And then what I can do here is I can attack with like the Elder and the 2/2 wolf, and then use the Master's ability to fight with the 6/6, the 2/2, and the other one. But I think instead I'm just going to attack for 10 and see what they do. Because this way, if they have a removal spell, I don't get completely bricked. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. This was actually a bad play. Why am I attacking with a 4/4? Don't ask me why I'm attacking with a 4/4. That was just loose. For some reason, I thought I was trading away at the Mindbender, but obviously that's not the case. All right. Well, mistakes were made. So notably, if I fight right now, I would lose both of my 2/2 wolves. Wow, that was a pretty awkward wicker bow attack. Yeah, I guess I should have just attacked for 6 with the wolf and then passed. And then end of turn I would have been able to fight and get them. Yeah. What am I doing? Good thing they're still just very dead on board. Alright, and they scoop it up. And we are going to go to a game 2. Primus, Nissa. Looks like Nissa might be pretty good versus them. This Nissa doesn't give the land haste though, so you wouldn't, like, you can't play this on turn 5 and then attack with a land because the land would be tapped. But I think I might want it over Tendershoot Dryad. Alright, let's try Nissa for the Tendershoot and run it like that. Alright, game 2 of the finals, round 3 here. We are on the draw. Hand's a little bit slow, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this just because we know that the opponent doesn't have a deck that's very fast as well. Hopefully we can rip one of our mana dorks off the top. That would be ideal. We do have our lands though, I'll tell you that much. This is a game where turn 3 Liliana could be problematic, because I don't really get my foot going until turn 4, since turn 3 I'm not doing anything but Kanama's reaching. Alright, Hangerback Walker for 1 doesn't scare me. Island Pass. The thing is, it's pretty awkward for the Hangerback Walker if they're trying to curve out here. As they play a Phiomancer, alright. Because they're not going to get to really get it going like they'd want to. Yep, it's just Kadama's Reach. And hope that the creature that we play next turn sticks. Nice fellow. Alright, looks like they're going to level up the Hangerback Walker this turn. Yeah, I think Master is just the best play next turn. I could also Garrick and kill their Phiomancer, but then I immediately lose my Garrick. The Hangerback Walker is actually going to be a problem if I don't deal with it very shortly, as Ugin doesn't take care of it. And the tokens themselves are artifacts as well. Alright, what are you doing, opponent? Okay, pass. Cold Steel Heart. Alright, let's run out the Master and hope it's good enough. We know they have a Liliana in their deck. If they had it last turn, they would have cast her, but if they like rip her, then they can get my Master since I don't have any tokens right now. They can attack with the snake if they want to. Indeed, that's what they're going to do. Alright, I take the 1. Level up Hangerback Walker. That makes sense, because if they wait, then I can fight with the Master and kind of get them. I'm going to fetch right now to thin out my deck, so I'm less likely to draw lands. I said less likely to draw lands. Well, shoot. I guess Cold Steel Heart plus Garrick. And Garrick, I'm going to fight with a Phiomancer. And then we can set up Garrick going to tutor for Craterhoof Behemoth. I think that's the game plan to win. And we'll just pass. Looks like they clearly don't have a removal spell, not this turn anyways, yeah, so we're just going to set up a turn where we can Craterhoof Behemoth and get him. They're at 19, so it's going to take a few turns to get there, but with the Master of the Wild Hunt and Garrick, we do have a lot of creature potential. Also Nissa here now. In fact, we probably can go for it next turn, I imagine. Yeah, I think next turn Garrick go get Craterhoof is probably going to be lethal. I can sack the Master of the Hunt token that enters on that upkeep as well, so another turn where I'm hoping that the opponent taps out, and then I can get them. Scarab God is A-okay. Absolutely fine. That does nothing right now. And that should be game. So get a token, play a land, use Garrick, sack the token that we just got, go get Craterhoof Behemoth, make another land a creature just so it gets an extra buff. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Behemoth, and all of our creatures are going to get +2, 4, 6, +7, and +7 and trample, yeah. That should be game. Nice, and that was a clean and easy 3-0-6-0. Let's do the math real quick. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we were getting 42 trample damage just off the Craterhoof Behemoth trigger. Yeah, that was a nice one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was a very sweet deck. I'm glad we picked up the opposition late, even though we didn't really do it except for in one game. But like I said, Green Ramp is one of my favorite archetypes in Cube, be it Legacy or any other, and this one performed extremely well. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the MTGO Traders page. You can also check out my YouTube page, just search for NumottheNummy, or catch me streaming every weekday over at twitch.tv/NumottheNummy. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome MTG content just like this. And make sure to tap the bell icon to be notified whenever a video is made live. If you want to keep watching content, here are 2 more videos for you. This video and many others are sponsored by MTGO Traders and Cape Fear Games. Buy and sell digital singles to build your online collection today with MTGO Traders, and get your paper singles, accessories, and much more from Cape Fear Games. Whatever your Magic needs, both places have you covered.